This video will help you master the best hero equipment with tips to help you 3-star more, no matter the town hall or the strategy. Starting with the giant arrow, it can be used to snipe off both air defenses and sweepers without needing any quake or zap spells. Depending on your town hall level, you are going to need to have your giant arrow at a specific level or higher, but this can be really strong with air spam attacks like Electro Dragons or Hydra. Additionally, you can pair the giant arrow with the lightning spells and earthquake spells due to the giant arrow's high damage. This allows you to use less lightning for different high threat defenses. For example, the Eagle artillery used to take 8 lightning and 1 earthquake, but now it's only going to take 4 lightning and 1 earthquake when hit with the giant arrow. Now there is a minimum level for every town hall level to run the giant arrow with a zap quake, but it's very much flexible from town hall 9 and above. Another very strong way that you can use the giant arrow is in a fireball attack. If you can hit the town hall with the fireball, you can pair 3 earthquake spells and the giant arrow to snipe off the town hall, which can be pretty massive value, including all the defenses that you hit around it. Something that you might not have thought about is using the giant arrow to activate invisibility spell towers, as this can help with many strategies that don't have a way to deal with. Additionally, if there are 2 spell towers that are close together, for instance in an anti-2-star base, you can use the giant arrow with 2 earthquake spells that hits them both to remove the spell towers completely, which can improve the value greatly, especially against rage and poison spell towers. Next is the Giant Gauntlet, as this ability is very powerful with its splash damage addition, mega damage reduction, and even a little bit of self-healing to keep him alive. This ability on its own is mainly good against compact areas of the base. Even if they are being covered by a wall, he is able to splash over walls and destroy buildings from there. With that said, the combo of abilities with the Gauntlet will often depend on the strategy. If you're using the Barbarian King in a hero dive, the Rage Vial tends to offer better value due to giving your king a short but mighty powerful damage increase to cut down defenses and enemy heroes. If you're using him anywhere else, the Spiky Ball tends to be a better choice, as his tanking ensures that he can get more buildings down, along with the 2 abilities lasting the full 17-second duration of the Giant Gauntlet in comparison to having only 10 seconds of a mega powerful king with the Rage Vial. Next up are the Hog Puppets, as this is a pretty strong ability since it can force a retarget due to its 1-second invisibility. Additionally, this allows you to have hog spawns, which is very much going to help your royal champion stay alive for a little bit of time since the defenses will lock onto the hogs. This works amazing with the Haste Vial for its great personal damage, the Seeking Shield for a nice balance of DPS and healing, and even the Royal Gem if you want to give your royal champion an extra life, where all 3 of these can be used anywhere from the early part to a hero dive or even being used on the back end of the base regardless of the army that you're using. Additionally, we got the Eternal Tome, which offers great protection for a limited amount of time, which works perfectly for different siege machines like the Battle Blimp since it can get much deeper into the base, though you need to make sure that you're using this just before it leaves the aura. That way you can get the full duration of the Eternal Tome without having to worry. Additionally, you can use this with the Healing Tome, as it provides a mixture of protection and healing. This is due to any type of healing not being stalled by the Eternal Tome's effect. Since the healing is so strong, you can often run Healing Tome and Eternal Tome in multiple strategies like Root Riders, Lalo, or even Mass Valks. The Spiky Ball has some very strong use cases, as it can be a funneling master with its ability to one-shot trash buildings, along with being paired with earthquake spells in case you want the Spiky Ball to snipe key threats, such as an Expo or an Inferno Tower. Additionally, pairing this with the Giant Gauntlet can make your king become the best tank in the game, while also giving him some much needed DPS. This ability can also pair very well with the Earthquake Boots at max level, since it reduces all buildings by 50%. If you pair this with the Vamp Stash, you can increase the healing threshold that your king would normally have, along with getting guaranteed damage on surrounding buildings. This makes it perfect for air spam attacks attacks, where the King's sustainability can give you plenty of value, and the faster attack speed, which means he's going to be healing a lot more. The Fireball is one of the strongest abilities in the game, as it can be controlled with the use of the invisibility spells. Typically, you're going to use the invisibility spells on close by defenses that are near your warden. Usually taking 3 to 4 invisibility spells is what I would recommend to get your Fireball to target the defenses that you want. As for its level 18 is going to be the minimum for Town Hall 12 to Town Hall 15. It typically won't need any earthquakes for these defenses. It's going to need 1 quake for these defenses, and it's going to need 2 quake for these defenses. As for Town Hall 16, get it to level 21, as it reduces the number of quakes down to 1 for each of the defenses. You can also pair this with the Eternal Tome and the Battle Blimp to get some initial damage right out the gate, along with protecting your blimp. This is great for certain rocket balloon attacks or even super archer blimps. Healer puppets can offer your queen with great survivability within attacks that contain a hero dive, as they can keep her moving for a bit longer than without. Additionally, they offer your queen some self-healing, which can make this very good with your healers and the unicorn pet. Since the healers tend to spawn in front of your queen, it's best to use balloons to scout for any seeking air mines or red air bombs ahead of time before you pop the archer queen's ability. You should use a invisibility spell in this case, so any defenses that are close by, like an air defense, don't take out your healers so quickly. You may also want to use this with the giant arrow if you plan on using air spam, as this allows your queen to set one side of the funnel and stay alive while doing so. Your archer queen can also support herself on her own with the help of the frozen arrow and healer puppets, as this offers your queen the ability to slow down defenses. Next up is the frozen arrow, as this ability allows you to make your queen charge a lot stronger while also providing your queen with attacks to slow down defenses, increasing her survivability by just a little bit. The main issue with this ability though is the lack of healing. So with the invisibility vial, this can offer you a way to save your queen in a tough situation and get her back to full HP with a rage and your healers. The Seeking Shield doesn't have a ton of uses, but it can be very good to snipe off certain defenses like cannons, archer towers, and even Teslas, as they all have the ability to get one-shotted by the Seeking Shield. Outside of that, it's pairing with the Hog Puppets for additional DPS, the Haste Vial to help it quickly move through defenses, or even the Rocket Spear to reduce the number of shots the Royal Champion needs to do. And finally, we get to the Rocket Spear, and while this isn't the best piece of equipment, it can offer you a lot of different situations, such as using an Earthquake spell to guarantee certain defenses go down in 1 less attack. And you can pair this with the Seeking Shield, as it will lower the amount of shots each defense needs by quite a bit actually. You can even pair the Rocket Spear with the Rage spell and an Earthquake to lower the amount of shots that defenses need even more, making it a pretty good way to snipe off threats. This ability can be perfect for attacks that utilize a hero dive where the Royal Champion is being used alone, such as in a Zap Lalo or within an air spam attack on the back end. But of course, check this video out next if you want to see which troops are the worst and which are the best regardless of the Town Hall level.